It's Accountech Bytes, rounding up the news from the world of accounting technology with me, Tom Herbert. Recording back in Bristol this week after the on location report from the Festival of Accounting and Bookkeeping last week. Thank you to everyone who came to say hi. Let's get into the news, shall we? Let's get started with some self-assessment statistics now, and HMRC were kind enough to furnish me with some additional stats behind this year's tax return filings. So let's take a look. Of the 11.5 million tax returns filed in January this year, 46% were submitted using the HMRC portal, 54% were made using third-party software. The vast majority of those third-party filings were made by agents, so 89% of agents are using specialist filing tools, sharply contrasting with those unrepresented individuals, 97% of whom were using the self-assessment portal. And I've broken those numbers down a little bit further in a table here. So agent individual, HMRC product, third-party software, etc. Plus a bit of comment from the likes of Sage, Untied, TaxCalc, and Absolute. You can see the numbers and the comments by clicking the link in the description to this video. And don't forget to subscribe, like, or follow. Next up, happy 10th birthday, Making Tax Digital. Yep, that's right. A decade ago, former Chancellor George Osborne, remember him, was standing up in the spring budget 2015 to declare the death of the tax return. It wasn't called Making Tax Digital at the time. It was known as Making Tax Easier. And the plan was to collate taxpayers' affairs from employers, banks, investment firms, and other third parties into a single digital tax account and do away with the annual return. Now, those who've been keeping an eye on the project may know already this hasn't gone exactly to plan, but with a year until the first tranche of taxpayers are mandated in April 2026, accounting body ICAEW has raised a few concerns about the project, including the quarterly filing regime, the cost to taxpayers, both of migration and ongoing, and also a lack of clarity around the software options. A bit more compliance meat and potatoes now, and accountants can now register with Companies House as an authorized corporate service provider. So we covered this last month, so this is a delayed rollout for a new system. Basically, any third parties that file information with Companies House and verify their clients' identities are going to have to register as an ACSP in order to file the information. There's no fixed date when this is going to be mandated, but it's likely to be spring next year. But those looking to make an early start can register now. AML hero and all-round good egg David Winch did attempt to register as an ACSP yesterday when the doors opened, but as he reported on our Any Answers forum, he didn't get far. Let's get on to some product news now, and Xero has expanded testing on its Just Ask Xero, or JAX, generative AI tool, according to this blog from their Chief Product and Technology Officer, Dia Jolly. So what's new in the testing? You can create invoices faster, you can get summarized information on invoices, and they've also rolled it into their Xero Central Help Center to answer your top questions about using Xero. Let's stick with the Kiwi cloud pushers for now, and they've also published a What's New in Xero March 2025 blog. According to this video, partnership tax in the UK. Xero users have also gained the ability to attach files to their fixed asset records. Users can gain a clearer view of their accounts with a new reporting update. And payroll users can avoid discrepancies with HMRC using new employee onboarding guidance. An acquisition update from Reseller News now. An acquisitive ERP Access Group has bought Kiwi tradie software specialist Xero. So the UK-based mid-market specialist Access Group have acquired Xero. Apparently, they have 10,000 users across Australia, New Zealand, the US, and the UK. And the product is designed for tradespeople and enables them to schedule and manage jobs. Now, a couple of weeks ago, I covered the launch of BGL's CAS 360 product. So that is anti money laundering and company secretarial. And they've added a couple of updates for March here. And on their main page, they've also announced an enhanced integration with Xero Practice Manager. Finally, for the news section, and an update from our friends in Macclesfield, Tugger. So they have launched a new partner program. So for the uninitiated, Tugger takes your data from Xero, QBO, or HubSpot and pulls it in to advanced reporting tools, uh, Power BI, and the like. So do check that out. Now, I know a lot of you will be disappointed that the Fab plug will have disappeared for the time being, but I've got some great news. You can now enter the Accounting Excellence Awards 2025. Let's check out the categories. So, whether you're a small or large firm, whether ESG or digital transformation's your bag, you can get recognized for all your hard work. So, you can enter at accountingexcellence.co.uk. Let's get on to the news section now. Quite a light one this week. If you do have a product update for me, do send over a link. Here's an update from AI bookkeeping tool Briefcase, who've just launched a WhatsApp invoice and receipt upload for all of its customers. Here is Ruben with a video explaining it all. And anti-money laundering tool Zama has a couple of updates as well. So address lookup is now live on contact records, and you can decide whether or not you'd like two-factor authentication applied to every login. Sounds sensible. So before we let this year's Festival of Accounting and Bookkeeping drift off into the events ether, got a couple of little nostalgic hits for you. Richard Hattersley, Matthew Ward, and I sat down to record a podcast reflecting on our highlights of the event and what to look forward to next. You can listen on the page or by searching for Accounting Web on your podcast player of choice. And reporting from the show floor, Matt also covered the impact that artificial intelligence was going to have on firms and finance leaders, involving Billy McLaughlin, Will Rush, John Toon, and Nikolai Thompson. And finally, spying and skullduggery in the HR and payroll software world. So Rippling and Deal, relative newcomers to the scene, but with huge valuations, have embroiled themselves in legal wranglings. Rippling alleges that Deal planted a spy in their midst, and according to court documents, the spy was cornered in the lavatories and attempted to flush a mobile phone containing evidence down the loo. Deal denies all legal wrongdoing, with Comstool Slack as the main witness. It's spicy stuff. The case is ongoing. And that's your lot for today. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to like, subscribe, or follow, and I will see you next week.